Welcome to this explainer on an advanced but absolutely game-changing Claude feature, creating Word documents. Look, we've all been there, right? You just finished a long meeting, you open up a blank Word file, and suddenly you're spending 20 minutes just reformatting a bunch of bullet points. You're highlighting, you're adjusting margins, tweaking those headings. It is so tedious. But what if I told you there's a much shorter path?
To put this into perspective, business professionals spend an average of 4.5 hours every single week on document formatting. That is over half a workday, literally just thrown away every week on mechanical friction that adds absolutely zero new thinking to your actual work. But with Claude, you can actually collapse all those wasted hours into just one single prompt.
So how does this actually work? Well, it's a pretty straightforward workflow. Step 1, you just describe what you need in plain, everyday language. Then for step 2, Claude completely invisibly writes and runs Python code in a highly secure sandbox just to structure your data. And finally, step 3, a native.docx download button just magically drops right into your chat.
Now, I want to be really clear here. This is not some glorified copy-paste workaround. This is a true native .docx file, built with the exact Office Open XML format that Microsoft Word uses. So when you download it, it opens up natively, complete with perfectly working heading styles, beautifully formatted tables, and even calculated figures.
Let's dive into an example to really see this in action. Imagine a data analyst who just uploaded a raw CSV file of Q2 sales. Now, instead of wrestling back and forth between Excel and Word, she literally just types a single prompt, something like create a Word report with a cover page, a regional analysis table with alternating row shading, and a year-over-year growth breakdown.
And here is where it gets incredibly cool. Claude actually reads that raw CSV data and handles all the mathematical heavy lifting for you. It calculates those year-over-year percentages directly from the source data and then seamlessly embeds those calculated metrics right into the final document structure. No calculator needed.
And the result? It's pretty much instant. Claude hands you a complete, ready-to-go Word document. We're talking a properly dated cover page, beautifully styled tables with that alternating shading, a perfectly scannable H1 and H2 heading hierarchy, and all those calculated growth percentages. A job that would normally take 2 hours of manual formatting is finished before your next meeting even starts.
Now, knowing exactly when to use this feature is absolutely crucial. You're going to want to use this .docx generation when a document really needs to live, breathe, and be actively collaborated on by your team using things like track changes. On the flip side, you'd use PDF generation when a document is strictly finalized and locked down, like a signed contract.
Oh, and there is one vital rule of thumb to keep in mind here. This is a one-time generation. The document is not live linked to your spreadsheet. So if your source data happens to change, no big deal, but you do need to re-upload that new spreadsheet into the same conversation and just ask Claude to regenerate the file for you.
Taking a step back, this represents a massive philosophical shift in how we work. The key takeaway here is that Claude doesn't just write your content, it actually builds the document for you. And that frees you up to shift your energy from tedious formatting work directly into deep thinking work. You're no longer wasting time adjusting row shading. You are strategizing based on the actual data.
It's time to stop wasting those 4.5 hours a week. If you want to truly master this workflow and see 3 complete, worked-out examples, plus a guide on common pitfalls, you'll definitely want to grab the Claude Master ebook over at claudemaster.net. So I'll leave you with this thought. Just how much more strategic could your work become if you literally never had to manually format a report again?